Reproductive rights are at stake as President Trump has nominated Brett Kavanaugh to replace Justice Anthony Kennedy on the Supreme Court. With Kennedy relinquishing his role as bridge between the court's liberals and conservatives, Kavanaugh could cement a more conservative hold on controversial issues. The conservative stalwart's place on the Supreme Court could mean abortion opponents are closer than they've been in 45 years to overturning Roe v. Wade. Here are the facts. In 1973, the Supreme Court legalized abortion in the U.S. in a landmark case of Roe v. Wade. The ruling sided with Jane Roe, a Texas woman who wanted to safely and legally have an abortion. At the time of the decision, nearly all states restricted abortion unless the woman's life was in danger, or in cases of rape or incest. Fast forward to 2018. Trump has said if Roe v. Wade is overturned, individual states would have the right to decide on the legality of abortion. So what does that mean exactly? In short, the constitutional right of access to abortion procedures would be gone. Repealing this law would shift the battle from the federal courts to state legislatures. Lawmakers in every state could make their own rules about when, where, and under what circumstances women could terminate a pregnancy. Depending on the state, some women could have legal access to abortions with few or no restrictions. Others would have to travel to find clinics in different states or carry their pregnancies full term. And to some extent, this has already been happening. Even with Roe being the current court precedent, some states with predominantly anti-abortion legislatures have already achieved far more restrictive access by passing narrow laws or getting lower court rulings on cases that skirt the Roe text. Due to this, Ohio, Michigan, and Texas have lost at least 1/3 of their clinics, while states like Kentucky, Mississippi, and Missouri are down to just 1. There's no way to know for certain how many states would ban abortion or institute tougher restrictions if given the chance, but at least a dozen have indicated that they're already ready to act. Louisiana, Mississippi, North Dakota, and South Dakota have even approved quote-unquote trigger laws that would ban abortion immediately if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. Other states like California and Maryland appear unlikely to enact tougher abortion laws, explicitly protecting the right to access abortion. But where do the American people stand on the issue? Well, most Americans are somewhere in the middle. Overall, 57% said abortion should be legal in most cases, and 40% said it should be illegal in most cases. It's worth noting that the absolutist views are in the minority, with 25% saying abortion should be legal in all cases and 16% saying it should be illegal in all cases. So will the Roberts Court take up a challenge to Roe v. Wade? Enter Brett Kavanaugh.
And now, Judge, the podium is yours.
In 2006, Kavanaugh stated he would follow Roe v. Wade faithfully and fully, and that the Supreme Court's ruling had been reaffirmed many times. But Kavanaugh has a solidly conservative record as a judge in cases involving government regulation and the separation of powers, issues that are important to the group supporting his candidacy. And in 2017, he authored a dissent in one case involving an abortion, saying that the government has permissible interests in favoring fetal life, protecting the best interests of a minor, and refraining from facilitating abortion.
And that's an interesting concept because he seems to be saying a fetus is a life. That's the type of position that could lead to abortion being banned nationwide.
His dissent called the majority's ruling, quote, a radical extension of the Supreme Court's abortion jurisprudence.
As of now, there are no cases scheduled to come before the Supreme Court involving abortion, but there are many cases coming from states that would lead to more limits on abortion without necessarily overruling Roe v. Wade.
But abortion rights proponents are fearful that Kavanaugh and the court's other conservative judges will decide to hear cases that challenge and restrict or even overturn Roe v. Wade.